Well,
So
now my first ever live WrestleMania, not my first ever live PLE is going to be Elimination Chamber, and I think that's
yeah,
one. I think my first ever pay per view event was WrestleMania 20. I think it was 26. It was Undertaker versus Triple H the first time, and so yeah,
that's 27.
27. My bad. Okay,
Yeah.
so WrestleMania 27, Undertaker versus Triple H the first time, and brother,
Hmm.
it was such a great matchup. Como say, so Undertaker. First of all, I gotta give props to Undertaker. I've never officially formally done it. Undertaker, brother, top five, easy. Without a
Easy. Yeah.
shadow of a doubt, he is
Easy.
one of the best, if not the best superstar of all time. He has stuck with the company for so many years, consistently put out bangers in generations where there were almost no bangers. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
knew what he was doing. And brother, he was so stubborn near the end of his streak, man. He didn't want to leave. You know, it's like, oh, I still want to fight
Hmm.
there. I'm still some of the best. And even though, his matches did indeed waver, I don't think they stained his legacy at all. I think that streak is eternal. I feel like his career is eternal, and they will be talking about him a century from now.
Yeah.
Undertaker is simply undeniably one of the best ever to do it. All
Hmm.
right, and as a child, when I watched him, I remember the first time I watched him, I was so fucking scared. It was him versus Batista at WrestleMania. I think it was
23.
23. Hey, you got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And oh, what a classic match that was. It was a sleeper match, too. People thought it would be all right. It was fucking awesome. It was one of the best, you know? I remember watching that match again and again and again on like this like free advertisement channel on TV. That match
Hmm.
and Floyd Mayweather versus Big Show.
Oh
It
yeah.
was
24.
crazy. Yeah, so I loved those matches. They were a great time. Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels was probably the most emotional fucking rivalry I've ever seen ever. Like
Oh yeah.
Shawn Michaels with his obsession with Undertaker streak and how he needs to be the best was ultimately his demise, and then his friend tried to avenge him, but even fucking Triple H couldn't do it. In my
Yeah.
humble opinion, in my very humble opinion, I think that the streak should have ended at 20-0. The end of an era
Yeah.
match, it should have been that's it. No
That
more.
would have been perfect.
Because at the end of the day, how much more build up did Brock really need? Come on now.
Yeah.
Brock winning the match at WrestleMania and breaking Undertaker's streak for me was kind of dumb. At the end of the day, I don't think the match should have even been made because I believe Undertaker got hurt and they might have called an audible. I don't think that's ever been confirmed, has it?
I think it was confirmed that Vince called the finish
Mm-hmm.
before they went out there. But Undertaker did suffer a concussion during the match, but that wasn't like what led to him losing at Mania. Like it was planned for him to lose at Mania.
Hmm. Fair, fair.
But he did have a concussion during the match, and he says he doesn't remember it.
Well,
So
I think that's dumb booking, in my opinion. And with that being said, I did like Paul Heyman's talk about it. It's like we already built this guy up so much. He's destroyed everybody in front of him, and then he beats the streak. He's unbeatable. He's undefeatable. He's the best, you know. Except that they threw that away on Roman when they were forcing him down our throats at the time. They threw that away on Roman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Me personally, the whole Vince McMahon booking thing, we've all known for the longest time that he's been extremely out of touch with fans, and that was one of the moments. If it was my decision, it would have ended at 20-0. Undertaker comes back for SummerSlam, cool. Undertaker come back for this, but he doesn't main event another WrestleMania. Because at the end of the
Yeah.
day, 20-0. One, first of all, good round number, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But the biggest one is that end of an era. That name, that tagline did not mean anything because Undertaker continued to fight. I understand it was the end of Triple H and it was the end of Shawn Michaels and it had a lot of symbolism, but I just don't think it would have meant as much if Undertaker continued to fight. I feel like that was the end of his stuff anyway. He did win fights afterwards, but they were mostly squash matches, no? You know?
No, the only squash match was against John Cena.
Didn't he beat Bray Wyatt?
It's just that he did, but that wasn't a squash match.
Okay,
It's just
fair.
that match didn't have like the weight that it needed. Really, like that should have been more of a passing of the torch match, and it wasn't
Well,
that.
let me rephrase then. Were there any other like serious matches after the end of an era match besides Brock?
Besides Brock, um, he fought Bray Wyatt the year after Mania 32. He fought Shane McMahon, Hell in a Cell.
That's not serious.
No, he fought Roman at 33, where he lost again.
Yeah, he lost again.
34 was the squash match against Cena. 35, he wasn't at Mania 35. And 36, Pandemic Mania was his last match.
What's his last
AJ
match?
Styles.
Which I agree with. That match was good. I like that was his final match. What I'm saying, in a perfect world, it should have been 20-0. That's what I think. And,
no, I mean there weren't any 5-star classics after the end of an era match, but it's Undertaker. He loves the business. He wanted to keep coming back, and then of course with with new talent constantly coming in, it's more people for him to work with. But it wasn't the same.
I just think that putting someone over, it should have been at another event. Because, I mean, it's the fucking Undertaker. I understand that the streak is legendary and nothing lasts forever. But even if they did do it, why did they do it on Brock? Why did they do it on Brock?
From what I know, I think Taker wanted it to be Roman.
It would make sense because he was the main guy. Like, if they did it on Roman, I wouldn't be as pissed. But Brock?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean,
at least the first time.
Yeah, say what you want about Brock winning, but they didn't waste it. Because he squashed Cena at SummerSlam after as well. And that's when everyone was like, okay, Brock is kind of a menace,
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, como se dice. Sorry, I was going to say something. Oh, yeah, if Brock would have lost the second time, I wouldn't be as mad. But he won the first time. That's dumb. I don't like it.
You think it should have been a rematch?
I'm sorry. No, I thought if Roman won the first one and then Brock beat him, and Brock beat him later on the second loss. Yeah, that's what I meant. If they switch places, yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah. So, but Brock winning it after he already earned so much. He already beat everyone else. I didn't enjoy that, especially after Goldberg came in and beat him. Like, really? I understand. I love Goldberg. Don't get me wrong. He comes in, he spears somebody, boom, boom, bam. At WrestleMania, what was it? SummerSlam? What was it?
Survivor Series,
whatever it was. It doesn't matter. My point is this. He had all this fucking build-up, and then he beat the streak, and then Goldberg comes in and just fucks him up. And Goldberg, how many fucking matches did he do? Like 4? I don't know, man.
I don't know. He won the Universal Championship like twice, which is stupid as fuck.
I don't know, man. On Goldberg, come on, man. Yeah, I don't get me wrong. I like Goldberg. Do a few cameos. That's it. That's all it should have been.
Why did they give him the Universal Championship twice, bro?
Ridiculous.
He beat Kevin Owens when Kevin Owens was in the middle of probably the hottest story going into WrestleMania 33. And then he beat the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, when he was kind of at, the top.
Just
he had already,
people,
been through terrible booking decisions, and that loss to Goldberg just cemented it even further. That was like, yeah, this character's dead. Like,
that man was just burying superstars. It's ridiculous, you know? It's the perfect example of what The Rock was trying to do, except the WWE was wise this time. You know what I mean? It, Oh, it's ridiculous. What can you do? What can you do? Anyway, these are all just conversations coming out of blind memory. It's been a long time, but as far as I'm concerned, 20-0, Undertaker, perfect world. That's what I believe, and that's it.
There's been a lot of missed opportunities, I think, just with the streak in general. Like when Roman beat him that second time. That's when they should have turned Roman heel.
Shit, that would have been.
Why did they wait like an extra 4 years?
Well, because they didn't know how to work. They didn't get it. They didn't have that idea, motherfuckers.
And Roman was already getting booed the shit out of. Like people hated Roman after he beat Undertaker. Like literally the Raw after that WrestleMania, he was getting booed for like 10 minutes straight. He couldn't say a word.
Oh yeah.
And then instead of cutting a promo, all he said was, "This is my yard now," and then walked out.
What a bitch!
You should have turned him heel right there. You should have turned him heel right there. That would have been the perfect moment. And then even then, he kept bringing it up during promo. He would have beef with somebody, and he'll just bring up, "I retired the Undertaker at WrestleMania." And it's like, bro, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, seriously. It's like he's just some old man that's been beaten by Brock already. Like, it's a lot less poignant. If Roman was the only person to have beaten Undertaker at WrestleMania, it would have been way more powerful. Because then it's like, oh, fuck. And then he retired? Oh, fuck. You know?
Like that would have been way different, but no, it's not what happened.
It's wasted. It's wasted on Brock Lesnar, brother. In a perfect world, 20-0. In a second perfect world, it would be Brock Lesnar lost, Roman won it. All right, that's it. That's it, in my opinion. Fuck.